Hello, hello. Welcome to Making Sales Social. I am Bryn Tillman and I am your solo host today. Very excited to be here. We're going to talk about the 5 steps to getting engagement on LinkedIn. So here's the thing. We often are putting out content and no one's engaging, or a few people engage, or it's the same people that engage every single time. And maybe we've tried some of these pods where we share content and some people click through. But at the end of the day, getting engagement on your content is hard. It takes work. And just because you build it doesn't mean they come. We have to invite them and get them here. So we're going to go through sort of the 5 steps that it takes to make sure that we are getting engagement on our content. So the very first thing we have to do is identify what content do our audience really want to consume. Because often we're sharing content we want them to know, not necessarily the content that they want to read or watch. So the first thing we really have to do is take a step back and identify what's going on in their world. What challenges are they facing that we can help them solve? What are the questions that they are asking internally that leads to our solution, right? When we go out and we share case studies and we share features and functions and we share how we help people, we are too far down the funnel far down in the pipeline to capture them when we need to capture them. So years ago, I learned one of the most valuable tips from David Newman, who is a brilliant author and speaker, coach, lots of fun things that he does. Taught me that we need to understand what is happening inside of their ecosystem, in their company, in their environment, the step before they need us. Because we talk about when they need us, all these things, but often it's too late. They've already started to explore solutions. So in order for us to get engagement, we've got to make sure that we are capturing them at the right time and with the right content. So the first step in the 5 steps to getting engagement is truly deeply focused around making sure that our content is what they want, what the right people want to consume at the right time in their journey. So that's number 1. Number 2, we have to find, follow, and connect with the right people that we want to engage with our content. So how do we do this? Well, LinkedIn allows us some really great search features to find the right folks. But we also want to make sure that we're connecting with all of our prospects and everyone we're having conversations with on a daily basis. We want to make sure that we are absolutely finding and connecting with those people on LinkedIn, that we are building a purposeful network where our folks are showing up and they're the people that actually want to engage with that content, right? We've got to build the right network of folks, not just put out content and hope and pray they get here. So we can do this in lots of different ways. I started to say we can do this by connecting with all the people we talk to all day long. Everyone we talk to. If you're reaching out to someone cold, first engage on LinkedIn and connect with them and let them know you're going to be reaching out potentially via email, via phone call. Really use LinkedIn as a nurturing perspective, but connect with all of them. If you're at a networking event, use the QR code on your phone to connect with folks. Really important. Now, the follow side is interesting, and this is going to kind of bridge over into the next one, which is leverage influencers. But the follow side is who's engaging with content similar to yours or with other people similar to the people that vendors that are selling to the same audience but are not competitors. Identifying those folks that are already engaging, they're already magnets to your audience. And so that's a great place to find and follow and engage. Number 3 is leverage influencers. Now, this can be 2 ways. You can do this very purposefully while you are out there finding those great referral partners. So for me, as a LinkedIn and AI sales trainer, actual sales trainers and coaches are great referral partners, or folks that sell CRM systems or help put CRM processes in place, because they're all working with the same buyer, but we're not competitors. So they become fabulous referral partners. So now that we're doing that, we found these influencers. We want to make sure that we're having great conversations about, let's cross promote each other in really powerful ways. So sharing their content to our audience is a great way to do this. Engaging on their content and with their audience is a great way for us to network, and having them share our content, really fabulous. Now we can go up one more level of influencer who at a large scale might be attracting all the right people. Maybe there's an author in your industry or in the that covers content in the industry you serve. Are they sharing lots of content, and are you engaging in their audience? In that case, I treat that author as if they are a keynote speaker at an event, and everyone that's commenting are the attendees, including us. And so we're using that opportunity to network with all the people that influencer might be attracting. This is a great way, so that it is number 3, but it falls under number 2 in that follow and connect as well. So now we have the right content, we have the right network, we're leveraging influencers to grow and expand. The next thing we want to do in Get Engagement, number 4, is make sure that we are out there engaging in at least a 10-to-1 ratio, meaning for every post we put out, we're engaging on other people's posts. Now, LinkedIn does a little magic that I have not seen any other platform do, which allows us to focus on the people that we want to see our content. Normally, it's the other way around, right? Where we focus on the content and they've got to find it. In this case, if I have a list of 20 prospects that I'm engaging right now that are in my pipeline, I go into their content and I'm engaging not just with them, but maybe the other 5 or 6 or 7 people inside of their organization that will be engaged in the buying process. And now I have created a very methodical approach to engaging on their content, to viewing their profile, to getting into their inbox with value. They will then start to see our content for 2 weeks. So if I engage with their content, any content I share over the next 2 weeks, they will likely see. If they don't engage, they will now fall off and not see our stuff again until we reactivate that relationship. In addition, your new connections will likely see your content for 2 weeks. So that's why you have to consistently have that content out there that they care about and that they'll engage with on that consistent basis, because it really is very important that if we are pumping the flywheel by engaging with their content, that they are now going to see our content. Really very powerful in that way. And number 5 is we've got to get it in front of them. So just because we post it doesn't mean they'll come. And at the bottom of all of our content, there is a little paper airplane that we can click on and actually send that content into the inbox of 10 people blind copied at a time. This is quite powerful, right? We can, if we've done our research, and let's say, for example, we are focusing on, we want to get into, let's say, myfuel.io. I am focused on prospecting myfuel.io. So I know my contact is Alex there, but there are maybe 8 or 10 other people inside of the organization that I want to get on the radar of, right? So I can engage on their content, but many times they're not sharing content. So if I actually connect with them and invite them to share on the content that we've put out, asking them for their perspective, and it's not a pitch, there's no bait and switch in this. I'm really looking for their perspective. So maybe I'm saying, as I pick the 8 or 10 people inside of my fuel. And by the way, you don't have to blind copy if it's one company, but I still like to blind copy. So I might say there, as AI experts in the training and coaching world, I'd love your perspective on this post I just put out, which, by the way, is now written to engage them at the point where, the step before they might need me. But I'm now asking their perspective, which makes them feel good. And maybe 4 or 5 of them from the company will engage. And because I'm engaging with all of them, they'll start to see that their colleagues are engaging, and it will create a flywheel effect. And then I can go to the next prospect and send 8 or 10, and use their company name in that message, because then they know it doesn't feel like a mass outreach. So these are 5 steps that you can go through that will help to create consistent engagement on an ongoing basis. But the magic is also that this is creating the business case for your content, that this is beginning to help you earn the right to get conversations with those prospects, where we are consciously building content that they'll care about. We are consciously finding and connecting with them. We are consciously engaging with other influencers that they might find valuable. We are consciously engaging at a 10-to-1 ratio, and we're engaging on their content so that they will likely see ours and also feel good that we've taken the time to engage. And we are asking them for their perspective. When we put this all together, we really create an opportunity to start the trust-based conversations that lead to other opportunities. So I appreciate, we had a nice little crowd here today, both on YouTube and on LinkedIn. So for those of you that are live, we appreciate that you're here. Feel free always to ask questions in chat. We love to answer them live. If you are listening to this on our podcast, Making Sales Social, you can reach out to any of us directly through the Social Sales Link community. You can join our community for free at socialsaleslink.com/membership. And there is a community Q&A where you can go in and ask your questions. And Bob, Stan, and I are thrilled to answer those questions on a real-time basis. We also invite you to our third Thursday open office hour. It's at 1 p.m. Eastern every third Thursday, where you can come and ask your LinkedIn questions and we can answer them live for you. So Caroline, thank you for your question. I manage a company page. Would I engage as the company page or individual? I love this question, and the answer is both. So there are lots of opportunities to build followers, but people really connect with people. So I would say the finding and connecting with people is you as an individual, right? That's really important. The engaging on other people's content can be both. So when you manage a company page and you're on content, there's a little me icon next to the commenting section where you can choose, am I engaging as the company or am I engaging as me? So if you are looking to grow the company page, I'd start with engaging as the company. So I would go in, I would like it as the company, your logo will show up or react, right? You can react with any of the emojis, not just a like. And then in comments, your company page can put a brief comment and then mention at your name. And now you come in. So I don't know your company offhand, Caroline, but if your company now says, these are great insights at Caroline, I would, this would be a great opportunity for you to share your insights here. That is now getting branding for your company. It is messaging you, and then you come in and reply to your company with your personal insights around that. We're kind of getting a win-win around that. So I hope that is helpful, Caroline, in that answer. But I also invite you to, if you join our free membership at socialsaleslink.com/membership, you will be invited to our free coaching once a month, and we can walk you through that. You can share your screen. We can walk through all those opportunities. So Luis, thank you so much for your question. How often do you post? And before I answer that, Topaz Sales Consulting is Caroline's company. So if you went in as Topaz Sales Consulting and then, mentioned you're getting kind of the 1-2 hit, right, for that. So Luis asked the question, how often do you post? So I will start with quality over quantity. Posting is a combination of your original content and resharing content from your referral partners and influencers. And I really like the concept of that you're posting once a day and at least once a week, it's original content. But original content can also be a poll. It can also be, a mini clip from a video. It could be like there's lots of original content. But if you can actually post 5 to 7 days a week, you are staying in front of folks. On LinkedIn, your company page can post many times a day, but as a person, we recommend only once a day. So we think that that's pretty important to do. So Caroline, I'm glad that you love that. So if I come in, Luis also asked, do you know Dr. I'm not going to pronounce this right, Cialdini's book, Influence? And now I do. I will check it out. Thank you so much. Another question from Bruce. Hi, Bruce. The basic foundations of engagement on LinkedIn is that people engage with people, not with brands. Once a relationship is established, brands can be brought into the conversation. So I like that concept, but I will say, I don't mind the other side when the brand is bringing the person into the conversation. the person will build the relationship, but when the brand says, found this great content, so Topaz Sales Consulting goes out and finds great content and then invites Caroline into the conversation, it really is a big win. But I agree 100% that relationships are built on the human to human. But I do like bringing the brand in early for recognition. They may not necessarily follow the the brand right away, but it's a recognition, and I like that brand recognition. So and by the way, there's no necessarily one way to do it. So there might be 15 right ways to engage on LinkedIn. So these are just my thoughts around that. So I don't see any other questions in chat right now. But I had a lot of fun with you guys today. Thanks so much for being part of this. Please visit socialsaleslink.com/membership to sign up for your free membership. It is free forever. We've got lots of resources, but the best resource, I think, is our complimentary open office hour every Thursday. That's available to all of our free members, all of our members. So human to human is target. Yes, hits the target. Excellent. But I thank you guys so much. If you are listening to this podcast, we appreciate you so much. Subscribing, downloading, writing a review, all of that really helps us on Apple or Spotify or wherever your favorite way is to watch us. We deeply appreciate you guys hanging out with us, and we really hope that you come back. Bob is really good at ending these the right way, and I'm sort of just winging it. But we love our community, and we would like to bring you guys as much value as possible. I hope that I did today. And if I did, we appreciate it. So Bruce, one more in here yes, I didn't mention it. That is the only way it's just something that has worked for me. My personal brand becomes linked with my employer's brand. And that is a win-win. So I love that. And there are, I think it's fantastic. And there are so many other ways to use LinkedIn. Today's subject was around getting engagement, but there's getting client referrals. There's, lots of other ways that we can use LinkedIn to grow our business. So hopefully you'll keep listening to the podcast, and we'll keep sharing our ideas. Thank you all. I appreciate you too. Had fun today, and I'll end this: when you are out and about, don't forget to make your sales